Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Marcie, Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am from Clovis, California. Thank you for joining me this Sunday evening. Hi everybody, Melanie, Angelique, welcome from St. Louis, Missouri. Susan, hi, how are you from Cincinnati? Hello Phyllis, how are you? Deborah, Gloria, Betty, Sarah, Melody. Missing my thing just scrolled up. Sorry about that. Let's see. Beverly, welcome. Marva, hi Steph. Sue, hello from Northern California. Renee, Annie, Eileen, Nell, welcome everybody. I'm so excited to create a fun card with you today. I wanted to make a card and make an easy card. So this is going to be for my color club. So for those of you that are in it, surprise, is you're going to see your card. So each month that I send the card, the color, I try to send a little card as a sample of what can be made. Some of my people are new stampers, so I try to do something a little easier, and so I wanted to show a little bit about that. And the color this month, of course, is Summer Splash. I do add Pool Party in the back because I think it's just a lighter shade of the same family, and I didn't want to do too much dark, but I do have Summer Splash here, Summer Splash on the ribbon, Summer Splash on the glitter, and the sequin. So I'm using a lot of the product that they get in their kit, and then on the inside, I just went ahead and did the Summer Splash on the outside with the Pretty and Peak accenting this card. But my main thing is how I did the stamping because it's really easy and you don't have to color. So I like that a lot. So I want to share that. I got the 10-second bow maker and can't stop making bows. Right, Annie? Be careful because making bows a lot, your hands get really tired and start to hurt because you got to tug them just right. And I went to the doctor this week and I've been having like some pain right here. And he said, oh, that's tendonitis from repetition. I don't know what he's talking about, but I said, oh, well, okay, that makes sense. So we're just going to have to go with it. So I have been off a week when my sister was here and didn't do any stamping. But what do I do when she leaves? I get back in here. My Christmas class is done. The sophisticated sled is, I'm cutting the last bit of ribbon for the last card. And then the thank you item I'm finishing that up. And this week I will be doing the video and the PDF. So that will get out to you hopefully this next weekend, but it's said to go out by August 1st. So it definitely will do that. Then we decided to do some home improvements. I've been wanting to paint some accent walls in my house. And so I'm doing that. And we did our fireplace. So let me show you. If you looked on my business page, I showed some of the in progress painting, but I'm going to show you my finished product. I wanted to do the fireplace, but we didn't know what to do with it. So if you look at my business Facebook page, Marcie Besecker Designs, you'll see some pictures I posted. And I was going to do the fireplace like a really light gray, and then I was going to do some gray sponging on it. And I looked up some different ideas of how to do that, and some didn't sponge, some just painted, and I liked both. But then I realized I have some like the taupe color still in my house, and so I decided not to do the grays because that didn't really go with the taupe toffee color, whatever that color is. So I decided to leave it. Well, it's called Frost. It's like a super light gray that looks like white. So here we go. So this is the new color we did, and it is called Mineral Green, and it's by Magnolia. But I took the Magnolia swatch to Home Depot, and I used the Dynasty paint because it's got the primer included and all that good stuff. And the reason I did that is because it looks like Kelly Moore is no longer anymore, and that's who I used to use for paint. But I learned from my guy that painted our last house inside, said Kelly Moore was the best paint. He loved it. And so that's what I had been using. It has the primer in it and everything, and it's great. So anyway, watching from Alabama, welcome. Oh, thank you, Susan. So anyway, so that's kind of what we did. Hi Sheila. That's kind of what we did. We just, decided to go with that paint and stuff. So anyway, a lot of fun, a lot of painting, even tearing the painter's tape off was hurting my hand. So I'm glad it's over with. The fireplace last night, we started watching TV and my husband's like, let's just knock out this fireplace and get it painted. And so I was like, okay, let's do the first coat and then we'll kind of figure out what we want to do, afterwards. But then after I painted it frost, which is like a super light gray, which looks white, I just decided that's what I wanted to keep it at. So yay, even done earlier. So thanks everybody. It was a lot of fun. But now we look at the rest of the house and he's like, are we going to keep this other color? I go, we are for a while because that's a lot of work. So anyway, let's get busy. Let's see. July Bingo is this Wednesday. I'm super excited about it. It is sold out, so I'm sorry. I did up my number of kits that I created, and it sold out when I would have had my register by my RSVP date. So that was good because I kind of upped my number, and I will keep upping it as needed. So if you were interested in bingo and you missed out on it, let me know that you're interested, because that's kind of how I've been gauging my numbers. And it's been going up each month, which is fantastic, but I'd rather have enough for everybody. But because I have a lot of prepping to do, I kind of cut it off at a certain point. So if people don't register by that time, I kind of go up like, 5 or 10 kits just to make sure I have enough. And then I just have to cut it off so that I can get all the kits created. So let me know if you missed out on July. If you're going to join August, you could just put it in the note and say, missed out on July, but here I am for August. And that way I'll kind of gauge my numbers a little bit more too and add. But I pretty much think I've got most everybody. But August Bingo is open for registration now already. It will be August the 14th. This month was a little later because my sister was here for a week visiting. And August 14th is right before I go visit my granddaughter. So it worked out perfectly to go back on the middle of the month schedule. Yay, free shipping, July the 23rd. So get your orders ready. This is a great time to stock up on your white paper, your thick, basic white paper, any adhesive that you need, dimensionals. Remember the holidays are coming. And so think about your reds and your greens or your blues and your silvers, whatever you're going to be doing for your Christmas cards. And I know you don't know what the catalog looks like yet, but it is coming and you're going to be seeing things really soon. So just kind of make sure you get that put together and get ready, because that's a great time to stock up. I have so many people say, when is the next free shipping? Do you know when it is? We don't. Sometimes the leaders may know, like, what the heck? Sometimes the leaders may know, like on Monday when we have our meeting, but it's announced Tuesday to everybody else. This time it was just announced and it was a big surprise. So yay. So make sure you are ready for that. A lot of people, they kind of miss it. I don't want you to miss it. So I'm posting and making comments about it so we don't forget on the 23rd. All right. My sophisticated sled class, I have very few kits left. I am also having that class in person, so I have to cut off that the sale for this class because I need kits for my in-person class also. And so I took that into consideration when I made the amount of kits that I made, which is a lot because I know I have a lot of people in this class. So I'm super excited about that. And let's see what else we have. Bonus days, don't forget. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to wait until next month to get the holiday items. Well, the demonstrators are actually able to order the holiday items, but they are coming to you soon. But don't forget to earn your bonus days, because in August you'll be able to use all those coupons, which is $5 off every $50 is what you're earning now. Okay, so make sure you do that so you can get your coupons. And I think that's about it. Obviously, I would love to have you join my team. If you are interested, it's a great time. $99, you get $125 in product. You'll get a case of the catalogs. My guess is if you join in August, my guess is you will get the holiday catalog also. If you don't have a demonstrator and you would like a catalog, please go to my blog, which is right there, and request one. That way I can get one out to you. If you've already have a demonstrator, I'm sure that she'll be sending one out to you. So just keep that in mind. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to send you one. All right. Carol's already signed up for bingo. Yay. All right, making sure I'm not missing anything. Let's get busy and start playing. So here's the card, and I have a lot of texture. So one of the things I've done is I love the eyelet card. So Stephanie is my helper, and she does a lot of die cutting for me. She did emboss a bunch of the pool party. So when I try to put cards together quickly, I had a stack of these in white, in peach pie, and in summer splash. In pool party, because I wanted a lighter version. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to take this. I also had in my stash this glimmer, the in color glimmer, which is the 2024-2026 glimmer, which I have. No, I don't have. I have this, which is our in color paper, which is what I used here. So you're going to take this sheet here with the circles, and then I've got that lighter on the other side. So either one you want to use. I thought the circles would be kind of fun. This is a little busier, and I wanted the main focus to be the cupcake. And so we're going to do that. I also used, it's the Spotlight in Nature, and it is the third one in on the one with the hash mark, or you know, the little straight lines, not the eyelet side, but this side. And that's what is cut out the glimmer paper. All right, so that's that. So let's show you what we did. All right, we are going to take our white card base, and inside we're going to do, this one is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. This one's 4 by 5 1/4. I just happen to have a long piece of the same pink. So I'm going to go ahead and add this on here. So let's just do it this way. I made my papers kind of long. So I'm just going to, I was thinking I was going to do this horizontal, and I ended up not doing it horizontal, which is fine. So I'm going to add my DSP piece right there. And cut that off, and then we're going to adhere this to our summer splash. It is such a pretty color. All right, so let's put that on. Again, this is for my in color group who will get this card, and so I've been making these all day. And so this month's color is Summer Splash. So I decided, all right, so every month they've been getting a new color. Do you have the link for the black box for 6x6? Oh, Susan, just type in 6x6 Marcie Besecker and it'll come up right up. Or you can go to my videos and just type in 6x6. But if you just go to YouTube and type that in, it will come up. I actually think there's a link below in the description too. You might double check. There was one a few weeks ago, and I think I left it on. All right, so now we're going to take our eyelet picture, and of course I like white card bases. I just think it looks crisp and nice. This is big because these she cut these 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4 is what I want. Remember when you cut these down, because we weren't sure what I was going to use these for, started in the middle because it's embossed. So started in the middle. Hi Elaine, how are you? And then you don't have that problem of ripping your paper. So just put it up there and then start it in the middle, go up and down, and you won't have any problem. Okay? All right, so there's that. And we're going to actually go ahead and adhere this on to our card base. Again, I like to use liquid glue because it's embossed. Oh, you are welcome. And Susan's talking about these boxes right here. So we make these. Now in the video, I think I told you guys before, I used to take like a piece of paper and put it like on the front, and then I would take a strip and put it up here so I would know what paper it was without, you know, in addition to the name. And then I would have this, you know, fill up this spot. But I changed my mind because I reuse these a lot. So once this is gone, this paper is gone, I will take that off and put another, like this one's. I would take it off and put another tag on it for the next catalog. So that way I have it available and to use for the upcoming catalogs. All right, so here oh, I thought I had these written on, but I think I used the one I was writing on. Well, that's nice. So let's write on them again. So this one is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then I did that's Pretty in Pink. And then the Summer Splash is 3 by 4. Okay. And then this one is 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, so those are my sizes. So it's going to go that one, then this one. All right. This is from my tag. It's from the new set, which is online exclusive, Greetings of the Season. And that is this one right here. So these are great. You're going to be seeing me use these quite a bit. So that is what this is. So we're going to need to stamp that. So let's adhere these together. And I just went ahead and put them right, I just glued them together, and then we'll pop up the whole panel. All right, so we're just going to put that right there. We're going to glue this side. I want the polka dots up, but obviously whatever side you want. I just really wanted it to be a little softer. I really like this side, and I've used it before, but I thought the circles were kind of cool with the little circles on here on the eyelet embossing folder. All right, so we're going to add that. We need to stamp our happy birthday. We're going to stamp that in Summer Splash. And again, what's fun is this is an easy card. We're going to stamp our sentiment. I stamp it a little to the right. All right, so we'll put that over there. All right, so now the secret to, look at this cupcake. You don't even have to color it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of paper, and I do too, because we're going to be lining this up. So I want to make sure that I get a good one. So I do 2 of them. So we're going to start with Pretty in Pink. I'm just going to ink up 2. We're going to use a circle punch. So I want to make sure that I leave enough space to use my circle. All right, so there I did my frosting, and that is in Pretty in Pink. And now we're going to take our Summer Splash. So notice I did the frosting, so that's this one right here. And now we're going to do this one, but we're only going to do the bottom. We're going to do the cupcake paper. And I'm going to do that in Summer Splash. So I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to get just the cupcake, okay, with Summer Splash. I'm going to take my baby wipe and go anything above the bottom of the cupcake, which actually could be frosting, could be the cupcake paper. So I'm just going to go like that. And then I'm going to huff on it. Hopefully my head's not in the way too much. And I'm just going to go right up and stamp. Oh, I think I totally missed it. I can tell I'm off. Well, see, it's not too bad. But let's do this one again. So I think this side got a little wonky. So the spaces you have to look is when you look at your cupcake paper up against the bottom of the cupcake, that's going to help you. But what I didn't do is you got to look at the top, because it's easy to align part of it but not the rest. And so I'm going to line this up here, but look at the top right here and right here. You want to look at those, and it's kind of hard. Okay, and so to me that's close enough. It doesn't have to be exact, but you could keep trying if you want. I don't want it overlapped, but because this has white in it, it looks like that's part of the cake because it's not quite down very well, but it's okay, it'll be fine. Whereas my other one looks a little better. Like this one's a little closer, but this one I think is fine because it looks like it's the cake. So I'm okay with that. So now I used my 2-hole punch, my 2-inch, and I just kind of centered it. So you're going to see that your cupcake is at the very bottom. You have a little bit of space, but you definitely want your tip at the top. And there's our cupcake, so let's glue it on here. I like to use glue on the glitter to make sure it's going to stick. All right, I need to move it over a little bit. Make sure it's centered. But look, now you don't have to color it in, because my first thought is to bring this in, and now I'm going to have to color this in, and I was going to do it. Let's see, if I do a light pool party, because you wouldn't probably want to put pink on that. I mean, you could color it in. So this side is colored, that side's not. So let me show you. Okay, so you could color it in. Let's use the bigger slide just to see what it looks like. All right, I'm not being neat about it because I just want to show you. Okay, that's the larger one and this is the smaller one, but let's just color the whole thing in. All right, so there's that. And then we could take like a light, maybe the light Pretty in Pink. I don't know how this would look on here. Yeah, no. See, I wouldn't do that. See, it kind of comes up pretty dark. But you could lighten these if you wanted to do different colors or whatever. But I like this idea because it's nice, it's simple, and you can do mass produce, which is what I'm doing. So I like the idea that it's just quick and simple, and you've got this cute little card. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop this up on here. So let's get dimensionals. I'm just going to put them on. All right, now we're going to set that aside. This one here, I know I need a larger dimensional on the end, and then I need a little dimensional in this corner. So I'm going to take a little mini dimensional and put it right here. Okay, so now you'll see when I see how this dimensional is here and down here, but this is layered up on this, which is already layered. Okay. Thank you for liking and sharing, Marilyn. I really appreciate that. All right, so this is going to be put up too, but first I need to put my ribbon on it. It looks like I just had it. Where did it go? And so we're going to put our ribbon around our panel and create a bow. And I want it all the way to the edge. It doesn't really matter where because I'm going to go up and down and kind of place it where I want it. So let's just make a little bow. I really have more, what's the word, empathy or sympathy for the people that have hand issues, because boy, mine has really been bothering me lately. It's just all like right here. But I had to laugh when the doctor says, well, do you do things that are repetition? Sure do. You are welcome for your birthday card. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, so let's make our bow. This isn't a bow maker bow, so you got to kind of wiggle it around and make it pretty. You could make it a bow maker bow. I have done many times. Put this around and then glue it all down and then stick a bow to the side. But remember, I'm trying to make these quick and easy, and of course, you know, I thought quick and easy for me would be a bow maker, but in case you don't have it, I wanted to show you. Especially because, like I said, this is for people that are in my color club, and they may not have everything because some of them don't. All right, so we have that. We're going to go ahead and add our dimensionals on the back. These I kind of put towards the middle a little more. That one could have been a little closer, but that's all right. We'll just add an extra. An extra too. Why not? I do tend to put those in the middle a little bit more, but I didn't. Now we're going to move our bow around because we've got, you know, this much room to kind of move around. So let's go ahead and we're going to move it down a little bit, I can tell. Because you want your, I should have done that. Oh, I didn't take it off. I was like, I should have taken this off. Well, I didn't. Okay, so I want to move it up a little bit. If you have it too close to the middle of where your circle's going to go, then your bow is not, then this won't go even. See, it'll run into that. So you got to kind of be careful. And it just depends also on how your bow moves around. So we're going to, let's put this on because I think that's okay, but we can still move it. So we're going to put that on right about there. So it's a little high. It's not necessarily in the middle. It's a little bit high. All right, let's take this. Oh yeah, I see Maryland's hot. It's going to be hot here this week. It's supposed to get up to 108, 109, so it's lower than what it has been, but still hot. All right, so I'm going to put it right there. As long as I have my ribbon behind it, it doesn't have to be really high or really low. It's wherever you're interested, whatever you want to put it is fine. I think I am going to lift this up a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to lift this just a little more because my bow is kind of over towards the edge. As long as you have room to put your circle in, then you're fine. So there we go. And we'll fix that. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to take our sentiment. So again, I did one on the side, and then I did one down towards the bottom, okay? And so now I'm going to slide this in. So we're not going to do anything with the hole. We're going to just assume that the bow is part of the tag, and we're just going to move that in there. And that's just going to go down, and we're just going to kind of angle it like that. And now we need to put our gems, which we're using the In Color Shimmer gems. And I'm going to use, of course, my Summer Splash. A large one and a small one, and then another small one. We'll put that up there. And then you've got the glimmer paper in the middle to really kind of give it that extra fun look, right? So there we go. So there's our card. Here's the inside. So that's what it looks like. And I've only made a few so far. I've only made, let's see what I have. 1, 2, I've only made 6 so far. But they're in the making. Yay. So, such a fun card. I like making, I love mass producing cards. So, it's a lot of fun. What's interesting about that is when I do classes or when I do bingo, we do all the hard work with the die cutting and the, you know, cutting of the paper and everything, getting everything ready. And the funnest part is putting it together, right? So I guess that's why I like mass producing cards when I'm doing for a class thank you cards, or, you know, your monthly purchase thank you cards, stuff like that is a lot of fun because I actually get to put the cards together. So it's kind of like you're creating all of this, and then the fun part is to put it together. So, oh good, I'm glad you guys liked it. So I just, again, the eyelet embossing folder, I just love, love, love it. So there we go. Super fun. If you're not sure, on one of those days when you're not really sure what you want to put together, and you're like, oh, you know how I told you, there's those days where you're just like, I have no idea what I want to make, I have a lot to do, or I've got cards I need to do and put together. Pull out your stuff. Make some embossing pieces like this. Make a stack of them, you know, 20 or 30 or whatever. Make a bunch of your circles. Get out stuff you know, the colors that you like and what you're going to use. So, like, for example, I didn't know I was going to put this on this card. I had my idea of this stamp. I wanted to use the Pocket Thoughts. Again, this is the stamp set. And because I wanted to do something easy. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the cupcake. It's a great birthday set. And and it has a happy birthday there. And I had a label sitting on my desk, and I said, you know what? I have some of those made because Stephanie, thank you so much. She'll be like, do you need me to make some labels? And I will just give her one of my stamp sets, which I did with the greetings of the seasons. And I said, just make a bunch of white, because white is probably the color I'll use. And if not, then I can make up the other colors that I need, and then have the white ones for other stuff that I need, because those are 90% of what I use, because I prefer adding color to white. So anyway, I had a bunch of these already made. I had a bunch of this made, and I had a bunch of the glimmer already made. And so I just cut these few pieces of paper, pulled out that stamp set, already had that, added the bow and the gems. So kind of think about that on those days that you're not quite sure, you know, what you want to work on. Think ahead of schedule. Think of like, oh, I love this embossing folder and I love this color. I know I'm going to use it. Oh, good, Ramona. Good, good, good. Yeah, I started too, because things get really busy, is I started making birthday cards in mass production. So it's just easier. I mean, who is fooling? I love making individual cards for people, but with my schedule of classes and everything, it gets super, super busy. So honestly, if you have family members or, you know, friends that you send cards to, and that you don't make that, you know, individual card, or time, you know, gets away and you don't have time to do it, these are great to make a stack of and have. My sister came and she was like, gosh, I wish I had some cards. I'm like, pick some out. So she took an envelope full of cards home, because I have, you know, well, you know, I make at least 2 a week just on video. So anyway, people just love getting the cards. So make them what you like. Make it easiest on yourself. Get those things mass produced and just have them for later, because this will come up again, not in a birthday card. So because I have them and I really like them. So, oh, you are so welcome, Krista. Thanks, you guys. I tell you, you should do a card club. I know, Gloria, and I've been thinking about it. There's a lot of things. I've been having a lot of people ask me about retreats lately. I probably will not do a retreat anytime soon. But it's not that it's not on my list, because it is something I have thought about. But a card club, I definitely have thought about. So I will be thinking more about that. All right, everybody. Wednesday, don't forget, is bingo. It starts at 5 o'clock, not 5:30, because we want to make sure we start early, because there is a lot to cover, and it takes a little while to get through 4 cards, 4 bingos, and 4 winners of $100 prizes. If you are interested in next month's bingo, I highly recommend that you join. There's a link below. There's also a link below for my sophisticated sled class. It's going to be a great class. I am super excited. You know, sometimes there's like for bingo or classes, there's like 1 or 2 cards I like way more. Like these are oh my gosh, these cards are really great. But every card in this sled class, I am super excited about. There's going to be some technique to learn. There's going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you have a white paint pen and silver embossing powder. So silver embossing powder, white paint pen. There's an alternative. If you have the snowflake folder, the embossing folder, there is an alternative, but you do need white ink. Okay, so keep those couple things in mind. I think I put those on my list, so make sure you have those. What time Eastern time? Carol, it depends. If you're Eastern, like it will be 3-hour difference. Right now it is 6 o'clock, so if it's 9 o'clock for you right now, it's a 3-hour difference. So if I starts at 5, then it starts at 8 for you. Okay, let's see. Oh, you are welcome. All right, making sure I'm not missing anything else. If there's not any other questions, you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Bye, everybody.